So do you like Lego? Do you like... Well, I like both of these things, and a few people keep saying that I keep going off-brand. Well, let's scoot that brand right back into place, because today I'm going to be showing off my mock of the LEGO Ford Anglia from Harry Potter. Growing up with the Harry Potter films, I've loved that LEGO have introduced this car like 3 or 4 times during LEGO's history. I now have like 3 of these ones made by LEGO, the most recent being the Privet Drive one, which I'm going to be showing off in this video. But unfortunately, it's always bothered me that LEGO can't seem to get the shape of the Ford Anglia correct. I don't know if it's just because they're trying to do it in less pieces, or whether they just can't get a good enough design. Because they've seemed to have stuck with this design for the last, well, I mean, it's 3 years now. And that's not LEGO's fault, it does the job. You know, if you told me that was the car from Harry Potter, I'd go, yeah, I see that. It's always been one of those projects that I wanted to make better, so I've done exactly that. Now, if you guys have been paying attention over the last, 7 weeks when my channel's been live, you will have seen that in my Hogwarts Express video, I said... There's another thing I want to include on this mock, and unfortunately, because I'm not LEGO, the parts to get it are fairly rare. They're not exactly hard pieces to get, it's just the colour that they're in, and that will actually be my next minifigure scale mock. It's something to go with this train, and I cannot wait to show you guys. I've been accumulating the pieces over the last couple of months. I've had to get a lot of pieces taken from other countries, so I'm really excited to show you what it is. And also in my haul opening video, I said that I had a few parts for a mock that I was building. Yeah, well, this was it. Some people may have also seen that I showed off a quick preview in one of my videos at the end, so you guys should be really staying to the end of these videos to see cool stuff. But yeah, my goal was to build a more minifig scale Ford Anglia to go with my Hogwarts Express so I could recreate the scene from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Wee-Woos. That's an inside joke from the streams that you should totally watch as well. This car was unfortunately very difficult to make, and took a grand total of 5 months to design, and then took me another 3 months to build, just because some of the parts are extremely rare on it, like these 1x5 plates, and also some of these pieces from a really old LEGO Elf set that I had to get special pieces delivered from Australia for, just so I could have these opening doors so I could display it how I want to display it. Because that brings me to one of my drawbacks about my car. Yes, it's minifig scale, but unfortunately that means that you can't necessarily get 2 minifigures in it. In fact, it was a struggle just getting 1 minifigure in it. But thankfully, there was a scene in Harry Potter where Harry falls out the car and is just grabbing on by the door. This is the scene I tried to recreate, as it's the only way I can get 2 minifigures to hold onto this car. Some people may see that as a drawback, but I say, hey, it looks really good next to my other vehicles, which is exactly what this was for. I mean, my logic was, if LEGO can do away with only getting 1 person in their Ford Anglia, so can I. But the main purpose of this, like I say, was to go alongside my Hogwarts Express, and I now use these really cool transparent pieces from the Quidditch set and other sets to actually hold up my Ford Anglia from the 1x5 plates, because they've got a little Technic hole in the middle, and this was just a happy accident. Like, this happened completely on a whim. But yeah, let's just talk about some of these details. So the wheels are using the same original wheels from the Ford Anglia. It only just has enough space to hold a minifig with the short legs, but again, that's just trying to get the proportions correct. The one thing I really like about this car is that it's designed with jumper plates on the bonnet and the rear, so when installing the windshield, it can be offset a tiny bit, which a lot of cars don't do. It's actually offset by half a stud, whereas most cars are done with a full stud, which just makes the cars look a bit strange. I think the 5-wide car looks more in scale with the minifigures, which is cool for the particular car that it's meant to be. And putting it next to some other models, like the Burrow and the Privet Drive, you can really see how this car scales really well with some of these houses and buildings. Another section that I'm really proud of in this car is the front grille. Now, this shape is incredibly difficult to do with LEGO, and I understand why LEGO used that arch piece that I really don't like. It's just one of those pieces that I don't think particularly captures what the front of a Ford Anglia looks like. I opted to go with these new bracket pieces, and then underneath that I actually used screwdriver pieces to create that underbar, and then to create the arch shape I actually used 2 spanner pieces in this arcing formation to try and capture that look of the car, and I think it came out really well. Most people, when they look at this car, go, hell, you did a way better job than LEGO. And at the end of the day, that's what I was trying to do. Obviously, this car has the same opening doors as the other one. They aren't using the same pieces. Mine are actually brick built because I can't actually fit those doors because they're too big. And like I say, because of that offset, it makes it slightly difficult to use these pieces as well because there's a stud in the way. And actually turning to the back, I've actually included an exhaust pipe as well, which I actually like to put a gem there to show that it splutters, because in the film it splutters quite a few times. And I just think it gives off a nice effect, especially when it's sat displayed on your shelf. Turning towards an interior, yeah, there isn't much, but there's not a lot of space, but it still has enough room for a steering wheel that's consisted of a 1x1 round tile. I've also got a little speedo piece and the invisibility booster, which is depicted in one of those new 1x1 round tiles with the prong that sticks out. The car also consists of a few brown pieces because I feel like LEGO always try and make their things look too new. The car is obviously rusted and beat up. Not as beat up as in the end of the film, but it still has some rust spots, so to save on me spending more money on these medium blue pieces, I tried to buy a few more brown pieces and just try sneaking them in there, not too much but not too little. And then there's a white stripe that goes down the back of the car. Now, unfortunately, LEGO's model uses a sticker to depict some of their details. I've tried to keep mine as brick built as possible. I am a fan of using stickers. I think they can give your model more detail, and on my Hogwarts Express, I used multiple stickers from the Platform 9 3/4 set to help enhance my model. But with this one, it wasn't needed, and I'm actually really excited because this model can actually be changed out to the one at the end of the film if I do plan on making something like the Whomping Willow or a Forbidden Forest. At some point, I can easily take this car, swap out a few pieces to make it look a bit more beaten up like you can see in this picture here. All in all, this was a really difficult car to build. It's just one of those cars that LEGO couldn't even get right, but it's completely understandable. It's a really difficult car to build, and some of the techniques I've used to build this car are certainly questionable. Even the way you get a minifig in is you lift out the bottom of the car to get the minifig in. You don't like take off the roof. What are my plans for the future of this model? Like I say, I'm trying to build a stand for my Hogwarts Express that will hopefully incorporate this model as well, so I can have both of them in the same diorama and look amazing. But at the moment, I'm still not sure what I'm doing with everything, whether I'm going to build a Platform 9 3/4 or whether I'm going to build the viaduct, or, you know, where I'm going with all this sort of stuff yet. Maybe give me some suggestions in the comments to what you guys think I should do, whether it's better to build a platform or better to build the viaduct kind of display, or whether to just build a nice black display for it all. In terms of strength, the car is very fragile when you're building it, but when you've got the whole car together, it sort of strengthens up a bit. It's not Brickvault Naboo Starfighter levels of bad, but it certainly is a more fragile model compared to something like the train. Which, by the way, I want to talk about for a little bit. I actually finished a Mark II version of the train the other day, and the people in my Discord all love it. By the way, if you want to see sneak peeks of what's coming up, or just have a general chat, my Discord link is below, and you guys get to find out what content is being made before it even comes up on the channel. I've actually talked to a lot of my fans on voice call, and gotta say, you guys are lovely people. So if you haven't already stopped by the Discord, come and say hi. It's a great time. But back to the train, I finished a Mark II version of it, and the instructions have been started. Now keep in mind that the instructions are just going to be for the actual locomotive itself. Until I get the carriage and the platform all finalised, I won't be starting instructions for those. However, if you're like me and want a really accurate Hogwarts Express, don't worry, I've begun the instructions. It's just been manic trying to find the time. But let me know, guys, would you guys like to see instructions for this Ford Anglia? I voiced some of my concerns in the video, and if you guys want them, I will make them. But just know that this is going to be a significantly harder and rarer build than something like the Hogwarts Express. But you guys will have to let me know in the comment section below. I'm sorry this video has taken so long to make. With everything that's been going on lately, whether it be making instructions, or working on the website, or talking to people on Discord, or building LEGO sets that I still have in my inventory, you know, it's just taken me this long to finish Diagon Alley. Yeah, that's how little time I've had. But expect a future mods video where we'll be doing some of the mods to the Diagon Alley set now that it's finished. Like I was saying before, if you guys are interested, do check the description for some links. Down there you'll find my Instagram, Twitter and the Discord, as well as a community Discord in case you don't give a shit about my videos and you just want to be part of a LEGO community. If you guys haven't already seen some of my opinion videos, especially on the Mario sets, that was the last video. It's actually one of my favourite videos I've made on the channel so far, so if you guys could, go and check that one out. It's going to be on the end card at the end, so you guys can easily just click it. That, or go and check out when me, Ash and Flash, Holly, and a load of other LEGO YouTubers played Among Us. I understand not everybody's going to want to see gaming videos, especially on a LEGO channel, but if you want to see a bunch of LEGO YouTubers just have a blast, that video will also be in the end card. But if you don't give a shit about that, you can also watch my other MOCS and mods playlist, which will include the Hogwarts Express one. If you guys haven't already seen the Hogwarts Express, it's one of my best models that I've made, and like I say, I'm working on the instructions now, so you guys will be able to build one as well. If you guys want to see what I'm talking about, it's a full minifig scale Hogwarts Express. Again, link will be on the end card for you guys to click on. But thanks so much for watching this video, guys. We are almost at 700 subscribers, so I will speak to you guys in the next video. Goodbye.